Right, yeah. Take a minute, try that solving simultaneous, and let us begin. Right, so take your time. You want to make. Right, you want to just work this out there, right? Now, what's that? So you're following this thing from last week, right? Remember what to do? The value here is 1, so multiply 1 by this whole thing. The value here is -2, multiply this whole thing by -2. And then subtract. Right? Same steps from last week. Okay. Right, so you're following the same thing from last week. You're multiplying this equation by coefficients of A, and you're multiplying this equation by the coefficient of A, and this equation by the coefficients of A here. And then you're going to subtract. Try that fast, and then let us take a look at the next one. And then we take a look at substitution. In fact, I'll show you substitution one. Finish? Who's getting the same answer? Both of them. Ah? Yeah. I just pick in terms, but yes. Right? Some people recognize that we already have be the same, so they can subtract. Right, so multiply it out and work it out, right? Right, so you should have what? -2A minus 2B is equal to 8. Sorry. -2A minus 2B is equal to -16. And this will give you a -2A plus B is -4. And what did I say to do? Subtract, subtract, subtract. Okay? -2A minus -2A, that's 0. -2B minus plus B is -3B. -16 minus a plus. So it's -16 plus 12. Sorry, -16 plus 4, which is -12. Then you divide by -3, divide by -3, you'll get B is 4. Right? Let's check back your signs, right? Right, pay attention to this. -2 minus positive B is -2 minus B, which is -3B. All right. Remember, we just did this. Some other was like is not the correct answer. Right, so B is 4, and then all you have to do now is go back to the first equation. Go back to the first equation and put B is 4. A is 8 minus 4. So the answer is A is 4, B is 4. Okay, so that was the elimination method that we did last week. Today, I am going to show you the next method called the substitution method. All right. So I'm going to show you substitution method. Ready? All right. That's all. Yeah. Finish. Minus 16 minus 4 is minus 16 plus 4. Minus and a minus. Plus. Right. You'll be up put those in the calculator over there. You don't want to get that wrong. Okay. You don't want to do this step and get this wrong because the subtract wrong. So use the calculator and check it back. Okay. So the method I want to show you today is substitution method. And then we're going to look at solving quadratics and then doing all of this with a quadratic as well. Ready? So here's how substitution method works, right? Substitution method is the same thing. We're trying to eliminate an A or B, right? So if I give you two equations here, A plus B is, hold on, I'm going to change the letter because some people say the B looking like this. Right? So x plus y is 8 minus 2x plus y is minus 4. All right? Right. So here's what we want. We would like to solve this. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. All right? So you want to make y the subject. So you're looking for the equation that it might be easy for you to make y the subject. Either one could work in this case, but I'll choose one. So from equation 1, we are going to try to make y the subject of the formula. So I'm going to move across x, and I'll get y is equal to 8 minus x. That's a new equation. So I am going to use this y to eliminate the y in the next equation. So I made y the subject. I'm going to substitute that in here, and I'll get rid of y. And I should be able to solve it. So I'm going to substitute equation 3, not in 1. I used 1 here already. I'm going to substitute 3 in 2. Right? And what I will do is that will eliminate, right? Right? That will eliminate one of the variables. All right? So substitute 3 and 2. So I'm going to take off this y and I'm going to put 8 minus x. So I'll get minus 2x plus, I'm taking off y, and I'm going to put 8 minus x is equal to minus 4. Right? So the purpose of this technique is just like elimination. You want to get rid of one of the variables. All right? So here, I want to get rid of y. So I made y the subject here. Carry across the x. I made y the subject. And I take this y and I replace it with this y. Y is 8 minus x. So I take off y and I put 8 minus x. And now I should be able to work this out. I'll get minus 2x minus x. Carry across the 8. And I'll get minus 8. Minus 2 minus x is minus 3x. Is minus 12. Carry across minus 3. And I shall get 4. Right? And then x is 4. Put back x is 4 is here. So when x is equal to 4, use equation 3. Y is equal to 8 minus 4, which is 4. So I got 4. Okay? That's okay? Sometimes it doesn't matter which equation you use. Sometimes you have to choose the one looking easier, the linear. You want without square anything in it. Okay, so this technique here is substitution method. In maths, most time you use this method, but there are times when you have to use this. Okay, and I'll show you the questions that look like this. Copy down. Let's go again. Time. Indicate the number two. Right? Total elimination of it. Take your time, choose the first equation, make y something. Label the equation that one and two. Right? When you find equation three, label it three. Take a 10 minutes substitute it. Right? Get the two in front of the y, make it multiply it properly. All right, so let's see how it went. So this is your equation 1. This is your equation 2. All right. So I'm going to say from equation 1, I'm going to make y the subject, right? Right, making y the subject. So y is equal to 27, carry across the 5. You get negative 5x. This is now equation 3, right? And I'm going to tell them here, I am going to substitute equation 3 in equation. I use 1 here. So you have to use the next equation here. If you use 2 here, then you use 1 here. Okay? So I'm going to substitute equation 3 and 2. So I'm going to substitute this in this. So I'm going to get 3x plus 2 by y, right? Y is 27 minus 5x, right? So 3x plus 2 by y is equal to 19. Notice when I made this substitution, I use brackets, right? Right? When I made this substitution for y, I put it here and I have brackets around it. All right. Now you multiply it out, you'll get 3x plus 54 minus 10x is equal to 19. What's the next step? Right, bring the like terms together, right? Bring the x's together, bring the numbers together. So I'll end up with 3x minus 10. And because I'm moving 54 across the equal sign, it becomes 19 minus 54, right? So I'll bring in the 54 here. This is minus 7x is equal to 19 minus 54. And how much you all got there? 35 minus 35. Then carry across minus 7. Or divide both sides by minus 7. I don't want you all to change the sign by mistake, right? This will cancel and you'll get x's 5. Right? So what happened there? So when I made the substitution, I multiplied it out. 2 by this, 2 by this. Bring the x's together, carry the 54 across. This gave me minus 7, minus 7x. This gave me minus 35, and I divide both sides by minus 7. So when x is 5, I have to come back here and find for y, right? So when x is 5, come back in equation 3. Y is equal to 27 minus 5 by 5, which is, okay? The answers are 5 and 2. Get up? Online? Any questions? Any questions? Sure. Any questions online? Let's try one more. Online, you're here, right? I want you to send your answers, please. The next one is June 2010. Andrea, Annalie, are you okay there? Right. Online, you're here. Sabir, Alicia. You don't understand. All right, Hidali, you want from the beginning? Right? So again, so I'm looking at the equations, and from the first equation, I made y the subject. And I took the first equation and I make y the subject. You okay with this line here? Hidel, right? So I'll substitute this, so I know what y is, right? So I'm coming back here now, and I'm going to take off y and put 27 minus 5x. Right? And that's what I did here. And I multiply it out. When I multiply it out, I bring the x's together and I bring the numbers together. I got minus 7x is equal to minus 35. And then divide by minus 7 together. So all I did in substitution method is make y the subject and replace y here. Right? Everything else is what we did before. The only new thing is this line here. All right? So I wanted to try this one here. This is June 2010. X plus y is equal to 7, x minus 2y is 1. All right. Take your time, try this here. Right? Follow the same procedure. Take the first one, make y the subject. Anybody who feeling adventurous, here's what you can do. Make x the subject here and put it in there. Right? You can try that. If you're even more adventurous, make x the subject here and move it a fraction. Right? It's up to you. Right? So you can make y the subject, you can make x the subject, or you can make x the subject. Right? You're feeling adventure. It's totally up to you. Anyone you want? Anyone you want. Right? Try to follow the same steps and message your answer. Fidel, message your answer, right? Online, everybody, please message your answer. So that we can move some people out. Huh? Yeah. Time follow it's step do it again. Right? Most times an iPhone number. Most times is a iPhone number. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you use equation. Nice. Nice man. Anybody lost? Anybody lost? Cover? Cover. I do. You have to just say you lost. Right, but just try to follow the same steps. Nothing changed. Like why the subject in the first one, subject in the second one. And multiply something. For that? Okay. Yeah. Did the loss finish? Yeah, nice whole number. Right. And take in numbers and put it back in the equation. Yeah. Are you done? Yes. Right, but, yeah.
So you were on.
Online message answer, please. Kamani. Kabir. Right, so Sean here, you can undo it, right? Go ahead, yeah. I'll make it famous. Or like it follow him at Sean. Get it right, and I'll share it for you. Right, the thing needs to be good understand it. Right, but he used, you will notice that he used equation 2 and make x subject, right? And you'll get his same answer. Right. I will do it again, but I'll use equation 1 and do the same thing. Right, so you got 3 and 1. All right, so you got 3 and 1. Anybody got that online? Let's check it and see. Right, good job, Kamani, Ravina, Jason, Sabir, Annalie. Peter, didn't get your answer, Pete. All right, let's go again. Next one. Right, so again, watch it here. He just decided to choose equation 2 and make x subject at the formula. Anyone can do it. All right. In maths, the good thing is that you don't really have to work with fractions. Right, but in add maths, sometimes you'll get a fraction, right? Right. If you chose equation 1, you would have gotten y is equal to 7 minus 2x. And when you substitute in here, you'll get x minus 2 by 7 minus 2x is 1. When you multiply this, you'll get 14 plus 4x minus 1. Keep the x's together. But when you move minus 14 across the equal sign, it becomes plus 14. So 5x is 15, x is 3. Once x is 3, come back here. Y is equal to 7 minus 2 by 3. 7 minus 6 is 1. So the answer is 3, 1. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, always x and then y. Right? Always x, then y. Let's go again. Trouble? Good. Right, let's try this one here. What am I going to do here, right? I'm going to give you a question. All right. Right, so let me give you one here. You have to figure out what to do. I'm not saying anything. You pick which equation you'll use. 3x plus 2y is 13. X minus 2y is minus 1. you have to decide the equation you're going to use. All right? Which equation you think is the best one to use for substitution? Look at it first, then I'll pick on somebody to ask them. Look at equation 1, look at equation 2, and then decide which equation you prefer to use. Megan, what do you think? Megan said equation 2. Will you agree? Yes. And what are you going to make it subject to the formula? X or Y? X. Right? So you're looking for the equation where the value in front of X or Y is 1. Okay? So use equation 2, make X the subject, and then substitute in here. Same thing. All right? Try that come up. As I said, most times it's nice whole numbers, right? Try this one. Okay. Whole numbers, right? One minute again. All right, so let's take a look at this here. Right, I share the next one we do not include, right? So some of you all can pull out. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see what you got. So again, we said we're using equation 2. So from equation 2, we'll get x minus 2y is minus 1. Carry across 2y, and you minus 2y, and it becomes plus 2y. Okay? So carry across this, and it becomes plus, right? This is your equation 3. Now we're going to substitute equation 3 in equation 1 this time, not in 2. But we use 2 here, we're going in 1. So you'll get 3 by x. X is minus 1 plus 2y. Plus 2y is 13. Multiply this out, you'll get minus 3 plus 6y plus 2y is 13. 6y plus 2y, carry across the minus 3 here, right? Right? So that'll be 8y is equal to carry across minus, it becomes plus 3. That'll be 16. So I got y is equal to 16 over 8, which is 2. And then once you get y, we can substitute for x. X is equal to minus 1 plus 2y. We know y is 2. So x is equal to minus 1 plus 4. X is 3. So the answer is 3, 2. Yeah? Yeah, 3, 2. Who didn't get that? Who didn't get it? You get it? Didn't get it? Let's give it a picture. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Right. Take a minute. Try that out. Right. Take your time. You're gonna be. I don't. Right. Right. So here we have a problem, and the problem here is a worded problem. Right? So take a little read. Take a little read. It's solving simultaneous, but it's a worded problem. Right? Take a look at the worded problem now. All right, so let's check out that logical question there. Right, and I just want to expand on it a little bit, right? So I wanted to take the information given there and see if we can develop see if we can develop two equations. Right, this is a worded problem. So you have to figure out what is x, what is y, right, and create the equation. So try it first and then choose any method you want, substitution or elimination. That's not it, right? That's not one time. Stop the one time. Take your time, read the information, right? Anyone you want, it don't matter. Substitution, elimination. Anyone you find more comfortable with. Right? This one substitution might be hard. Elimination might be better. Because there is no one in front x or y. Right, so really problem. So lollipops is what, x or y? X, and toppings is what? Y. Okay, good. So read the information on top here. 5 by the lollipops there, read that part and see if you can create an equation. Two equations, sorry. Finish. Remember, lollipops is x and toppings is y. Yeah. You all recognize that you can't use substitution here. You reckon? I mean, you recognize that? If you use, you could, but you have hard values. Right? So let's check out your equation. Right? X is lollipops, right? So 5x plus 12y is 61. That's okay? Yeah? First one okay? What's the next one? 10x plus 13y is 89. You okay with that? Right. Why it is we can't do substitution here? You have to Right? Yeah, we have nothing here. We have no coefficient here as one. You recognize that? So therefore, the best method to use here is elimination, right? So look back at what we did last week and use elimination. And begin with this class. Still have one more type to do with the quadratic, but I wouldn't rush that today, right? So go back, use elimination, and let's see what we get. Right, use elimination, take your time. Right, you should get nice whole numbers, right? You should get two whole numbers to answer. Most of the times, just like a few years that you'll actually see not whole numbers, right? Fractions and everything. Finish it. Right, anybody recognize that you could just multiply it by 2? You could do that. If you could see it and follow that method, go right ahead. Right, method is just something to use if you could not see in those things. Right, so 10, the value here 10, so you multiply 10 by 5. Right? Huh? No, I just doing that. So some people not gonna see it like you. Remember it's not like you. Right? Some people like to follow the text, follow the techniques and remember that, right? So multiply this by 10, right? And then multiply this one by 5. So you will get 50x plus 120y is 610. Multiply this by 5, that'll be 50x plus 65y is equal to 5 by 80 so much, 400, and let me start back again. Might have nothing else running. Yeah, how much is 89 by 5? 445. And then we minus. This is 0. 120 minus 65 is how much? 55. Positive 55. And what is 445 minus 610? How much? 2. Oh. So y is 165 over 55. How much is that? 3. Right, so y is 3. And then when y is 3, go back to the first one. And you'll get 5x plus 12 by 3 is 61. So 5x is 36. 5x is 31 minus 36. Right, so 61 minus 36 is 25. So x is 5. X is 5, y is 3. Okay, yeah. going on with this thing, boy. Anyway, I will log out and log back in after. I just leave it running. That's all I do. Right, so as I said, sometimes they keep going, right? Let's go again. Let's try next one. All right, nice job on a big Anil. Nice. Last one. Mangoes and pears. Taking time, develop it, choose what you want to do, right? Develop the equation. Right, and are you finished already? Right, so make sure your equations right. 4 mangoes, right? X is mangoes, Y is pears, right? Make sure you make sure your equations right, and then set it up, right? Let's set up the equations. Right, so let's not start with elimination. So create an example, the elimination. Again, you have to make the bigger people, yeah, so let's actually go. All right, let's check it out. I keep sending the answers. Come on, you send yours. Faith, I didn't get an answer from you for the month. Faith, can I get one answer, please? All right, so those are your three equations. Again, none of them have one in front of them, so we have to use elimination, right? Again, if you're feeling brave, you could divide it by 2, make y the subject, and do all that, right? Right? I see how much people try that, right? Right? Divide it out, make y the subject. Right? So here's 2, so I multiply by 2. Here's 4, so I multiply by 4. Multiply that by 2, you'll get 8x plus 4y is 48. Multiply this by 4, you'll get 8x plus 12y. 8x plus 12y is 64. Right? Then you minus, that's 0. 8 minus 12, that's minus 8. 48 minus 64, that is minus 16. Divide by minus 8, you'll get y is 2. Substitute y is 2, it don't matter which one you use. Substitute y is 2, you'll get 2x plus 3 by 2 is 16. Carry across is 6, you'll get 16 minus 6. 2x is 10, x is 5. So the answer is 500. All right. So most of you all recognize it kind of like elimination more, right? But you still have to know the substitution method. All right. We have one more thing to do and 2 more things. We have inequalities as well, but we have something called solving quadratics to do. All right. So I will probably start back to do some videos. I'll probably send you a video on it, and I want you to try to practice them, right? So we're going to look at solving quadratics and inequalities next.